我哋預計工程顧問會喺7月正式展開工程勘察同埋初步設計工作。工程勘察同埋初步工作咧，我哋估計咧需時係約9個月嘅。最後Also, I wish to take this opportunity to let everyone know that the proposed alignment, as proposed in the complete technical feasibility statement, is only a conceptual design. It will be subject to change and revision. At the start of the consultancy service, the consultants will review and refine this conceptual alignment design and investigate any possible alternative alignment layout options. Thereafter, the consultants will carry out public consultations on the revised alignment design to collect the views, ideas, comments from the public. So I'm certain the public, including local residents, will have opportunity to express their views, comments on the design of Harlem Escalator in the near future. Of course, we will periodically attend the DC meetings to report the updated progress on the investigation and preliminary design and consult views from DC. 我亦都想借今次嘅機會咧，等大家知道，現時博康行人扶手電梯嘅手線嘅設計，只係其實一個概念嘅設計啫。喺工程顧問正式接手展開工作之後咧，工程顧問咧首先就會審視同埋優化而家嗰個概念設計，研究有冇一啲更加好嘅規劃設計，然後咧工程顧問咧就修改咗嘅走線設計咧，正式再進行公眾諮詢。所以喺較後時間咧，市民同公眾咧係有仍然都有表達意見嘅機會。當然，路政署亦會定時向區議會匯報有關工程嘅進度，同埋聽議員嘅意見。That is all I wish to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming, and Ms. and Stephen and we've actually started to hear a lot about the escalator tonight, and we've tried to show around the room, so if you didn't get a chance when you first came in, just to look around. And what we tried to do around on this side is to sort of show our visualization of the impacts of the conceptual design, and I'm glad that Mr. Raya talked about that because it is very much a conceptual design. And then the work on the front here, which I'll show a little bit of, is work that the students did in the beginning of last term. And then we have some small interventions we'll talk about a little bit as we start to talk about what those potential alternative alignments could be.
我哋作為呢個建築系嘅朋友咧，咁我哋就正如先生同埋呢個李先生啱啱講過咧，就係我哋為咗呢啲初步嘅設計咧，就製造一啲簡單嘅圖像啦，咁俾大家可以明白到呢個計劃嘅真實係點樣。
This is my sort of first simultaneous translation here, so you have to excuse us for going this up. Like I said, this is a summary we have up here, which sort of looks at all the impacts and tries to summarize the impacts of the proposed escalator design.
我哋就好似頭先部門都解釋過咧，呢啲就係一個 summarize 咗嘅所有嘅影響啦，同埋佢會改變嘅嘢，同埋佢嘅方案係點嘅樣嘅。
So what I thought that I'd talk about, since we talked about the impacts of the escalator, is that perhaps that we could quickly, I just want to review why we're actually interested in this. So my interest is in looking at stairs in Hong Kong. This is a map of all of the stairs in the central and western district. And as we know, we all live in, I'm going to go through a couple of different maps, okay? And as we know, we all live in mountainous Hong Kong. So these stairs surround us everywhere. They're on streets, they're in back alleyways, they're actually places that we live. And then sometimes the streets become steps themselves. And this is one of my favorites, and I just had to show. So, actually, let me stop there.
佢就講翻佢其實佢一個大啲嘅研究咧，就係講關於香港嘅行人設施啦，同埋其實香港咧就比較係一個好多高樓大廈啊、山多地少嘅地方嘅。咁其實呢啲樓梯啊、高嘅牆啊、同埋山同埋斜路，好多時都喺呢啲咁嘅地方出現。
Okay, so what we, because of this interest in stairs, so the research that we were looking at, we looked at sort of classifying the stairs into a variety of different types. And we looked at examples, and then the students actually did a series of projects where we looked at the history of the community. So this is Tai Ping Shan prior to it being demolished due to plague. And then we had a series of projects where the students looked at the community itself. This is actually Lance's project. And where he started to try to understand what the nature of the community itself was. And then they did a series of studies trying to look at this particular one, talks about the distance from other methods of transportation up the hill to the new escalator. So the next one looked at the sort of context of the community. This is a timeline, which actually still seems to match what Mr. Lai talked about in terms of what he talked about. Then we had a workshop in the fall where we had small group discussion and we did some surveys. And the students presented their work to small groups of people and we got some feedback. And then the students used this information in putting together some proposals for installations along Ham Lake. We have a couple of them up today, so if you didn't get a chance to see them today, you can have a look. And then we had, as part of a pedagogical aspect of the research, we had reviews and talked about some of the students' work.
就頭先講咗啦，咁我哋做嘅研究咧就包括去睇下啲唔同種類嘅樓梯啦。我哋亦都會睇下佢呢個地區裏邊嘅歷史啦，呢個太平鎮區，亦都做咗一啲啲學生咧就做咗啲研究，就係關於佢呢個社區裏邊嘅點樣啲人點樣使用嗰啲樓梯啦，同埋亦都做咗一啲簡單嘅研究，就係研究佢哋唔同嘅地點同埋。佢哋之間嘅距離啊，由一個地鐵站上嚟，或者係由頂和平佛道或者邊度落去嘅距離幾多，做咗啲簡單嘅土地分析，同埋啲水啊、燈啊，同埋啲社區設施嘅研究。咁除咗咁樣之外咧，我哋都整咗一個 timeline 啦，就係一個時間表。咁就係講翻每一個部門同埋每一個唔同嘅機構中間有啲乜嘢係有參與到嘅，同埋有啲咩時間參與。咁總括咗呢啲嘢之後咧，我哋就舉行咗一個好簡單嘅研討會啦，都係。咁就呢個都係上年10月嘅事嚟嘅。咁就我哋就做咗啲問卷調查啦。可以睇下啲相，我哋啱啱頭先都做過嘅，咁之後我哋啲學生就整咗啲簡單嘅 設計就打呢個講解對樓梯嘅意思啦。咁之後就係啲老師去評估翻、評核翻佢哋嘅作品。
So this is all to say that we've been looking at this for a while and studying it, and then as we move forward, so as we all know, we're in a city which has very rapidly developed over a short period of time, and we've made some attempts at what I started to realize is that heritage preservation here is sometimes successful, sometimes not, and more successful than not, let's say. But that it's a rapidly developing movement and that there is people who are interested in engaging the process and that there have been some successes. So I also started to ask myself the question of, I'm just going through some of my research questions and questions that we're addressing here, is that why the trees are registered in Hong Kong and why walls are registered in Hong Kong but stairs are not. And then we started to say, well, what about the mid-levels escalator? You know, what is the, how can that apply to this project, and how has that changed the neighborhood, either pro or con or both? Because development affects people in a lot of different ways. And then we started to say, okay, well, then how can we actually look at other projects that are being done? And we have this is one of my favorite collages here from 2006. Of the Center Street Escalator, which we really wanted to have done by now, but unfortunately it was not. So this is just some of the questions we started to ask ourselves and started looking at doing the research and what it would mean to put larger scale infrastructure within
大家都知道香港其實係處於一個好快速咁發展嘅地方啦。咁就我哋亦都有好多古蹟啊，同埋值得其實都係共同利益嘅地方啦。咁其實好多都係保留唔到，因為我哋嘅政府嘅規例啊，或者係好多市民冇咁嘅渠道去表達佢哋嘅意見。咁係咯，咁就大家都知道尖沙咀嘅公樓啦，咁就大道皇后碼頭啦，咁佢呢個提出一個就係香港有好多樹啊同埋牆咧，其實有呢個記錄嘅，但係咧唔知點解咧樓梯咧唔會做記錄去保存呢啲咁嘅樓梯，因為其實有啲樓梯咧可能係過百年歷史嘅，其實好有歷史價值，同埋佢喺個樓梯發生呢個嘅歷史亦都好多嘅。咁我哋亦都睇翻現有嘅喺中區嘅扶手電梯系統啦。咁就其實中區嘅扶手電梯系統咧，咁佢哋本身佢嘅扶手電梯系統咧都帶嚟咗好多唔同嘅改變同埋發展。咁呢啲亦都有正街嘅扶手電梯啦。咁其實係呢個文件都係喺2006年好初步嘅方案嚟嘅，咁但係去到而家2012年都未完成。雖然佢哋話其實今年年尾應該會完成，但係呢個真係都未必會真係完成到。咁其實呢啲嘢就會帶出咗好多問題，值得我哋去探討同埋研究。
So what does it all have to do with Pelling? So going back to Pelling, if we all agree that this district could use a substantial sum of money to improve pedestrian circulation. That's something I think that we would all agree on. But if that means that we're going to have the corridor shut, I started to ask myself, okay, so if the escalator goes in here, then the entire corridor is going to be shut, like Center Street has been shut. So how do people get around? So, because right now it is a major corridor through the district, through the neighborhood. And you can see some of the large sections that we have here. We started to do studies to look at what the impact would really be once it was built. And then we started to look at the various things that we removed and et cetera, et cetera. So what we then started to think is, okay, if that corridor is shut, and this is actually thanks to the district councilor, when we were talking with her, we were saying, well, how do you get to work? Right? And so she said, well, actually, there's an elevator that goes directly from Queens Road up to Bottom Road. And it goes through, you can see the small ones on the slide here, it actually goes through the Jockey's Hub, and then it goes through this series of amazing series of elevators. And if you took one of the little cards for a tour, you can go that way yourself. And so right now there is a way, a public way, to get up the hillside. So.
我諗大家都會同意其實係咯，其實博康好呢個社區咧，其實好需要有一啲資金去改善佢現有嘅行政設施啦。咁但係我哋就會覺得，如果有呢個咁嘅方案嘅話，其實當個方案係落實咗之後咧，咁佢會令到一個好主要嘅行人通道冇咗嘅。咁我哋就開始研究有啲咩其他嘅行人通道可以利用咧，同埋有啲乜嘢其他嘅方案我哋可以提出嘅咧。我哋開始睇嗰啲方案咧，就係蕭嘉怡議員就同我哋講佢點樣翻工啦。咁就佢好簡單嘅講咗，就係話佢係會利用其實喺醫院度同埋喺上面啦，咁有個康復中心嘅，咁就可以一路落到去個診所嗰度啦，通過一啲電梯，咁就其實可以直接落到去皇后大道西嘅。
I should note though that she did tell us it closes at 9 o'clock, so that is a problem there. Going forward. So then from there, and then, sorry, this is actually going to the next slide, so this is a close-up of what it is, and you can see this like amazing circulation through this building. And what we discovered from thinking about this, and everybody who lives on Long Island knows this, is that there's many different ways that they go, and many of them actually use buildings, they go through escalators, they go upstairs, and there's quite a complex circulation method. So then once we started to look at this, we started to think, okay, well, if it's not about actually going in one corridor up, then maybe it's about taking, rather than going in a concentrated development, maybe it's about a distributed one. And so we started to look for other, now it turns out there aren't that many complete, but this is another one which I really like, which is anyone who walks along Fame Road, Wong Road knows, you can actually walk right in through here, and this is also another public elevator that takes you all the way down to Hospital. So there's a series of these. And once we started doing this, then we started to really get into the nooks and crannies of the neighborhood. We started to look around, and there's a lot of really beautiful spots in the neighborhood. Ones that you can't necessarily access, like this is the back of the food and safety, like that should really be a public courtyard, people can hang out there. This is one over here, and I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the building, but this is one of the oldest buildings in the neighborhood, and it's beautifully planted by residents. There's some freedom of expression going on in Tent Plain. And then this is one of my favorite staircases between two of the oldest buildings that are in this neighborhood.
頭先都講咗有一個，即係頭先即係要睇呢個有一個咁嘅行人通道啦，咁就透過一個空中心，咁其實呢啲圖都可以睇到佢都有呢啲咁嘅行人通道幾立體出嚟嘅。咁其實除咗之外咧，我哋都有揾到啲其他嘅行人通道啦，就係透過一啲大廈裏邊嘅公眾升降機，咁就可以行。可能大家都唔係好知道，因為冇人幣，但係其實係一個公眾嘅升降機啦。跟住就可以行入去啦，跟住透過呢啲公眾嘅升降機，其實可以落到去醫院度嘅。跟住除此之外咧，我哋都喺呢個社區裏邊咧，就揾到好多細但係好多細同埋好有趣嘅地方啦。咁就其實呢啲地方其實可以開放俾公眾使用啦，同埋作為一個通道或者係一個休憩設施。咁佢就覺得其實呢個係佢好中意嘅樓梯啦。咁就係位於兩棟好有歷史價值大廈中間。咁
sunny days to take photographs. It's been so great. So as you can see, that was like the happy side of the neighborhood, and then this is starting to be like, now after we're going and looking and nooks and crannies and appreciating, we also started to realize how much construction occurs. I guess in every neighborhood in Hong Kong, but there seems to be always something, some random, this one on the far right I just discovered the other day and I had no idea what it is. So it's not a ramp, it's not a stair, I can't really figure it out. And then we started to notice that there really are some areas which are in need of repair. So this is a recently redeveloped building, they probably haven't gotten around to resurfacing it yet, but there are a lot of smaller places that could really use some attention in the neighborhood. And little things like this, and what this is a landscape architect and urbanist, John Gale, would call it a quick win, right? If you were to take this and just simply open the door, right, to this beautiful old building which seems to be closed. And then there's other things in the neighborhood too, which we know this is on Hollywood Road. It's a very tall residential tower, which used to have a public elevator, but now it's been closed. So there's small things like this.